back. Finally the day's arrived. Swingarm. I'm going to actually put it in the bike today. I've given it a coat of the Belgium alu, so it's come up really nice. Really pleased with it. I've added in all the extra bits that I needed to put in. So the chain guards on, chain rubber. So basically it's ready to go. All the parts down here ready. All been cleaned. So that's the job for today, is get this swing arm in. I've still yet to get the bearing for the sprocket carrier. Probably pick that up in a couple of days. I was going to look at spraying the wheel, but actually give it a really good clean and a polish. It's actually come up really well, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So it's just the bearing to do, and then I can mount the sprocket. I've cleaned up the bolts. So let's crack on with this job. Let's get this swing arm in. Right, before I start, I just want to say thank you to my my patrons. I've managed to get an extra light. Picked up a halogen, which makes a great deal of difference, especially when I'm doing close in work, because it was rather dark. So the money that I get from Patron, that's where it's gone, so thank you very much. Much appreciated. It will help a great deal, and it gives me a bit more light in the garage. Lights I've got are okay, but they're only low wattage. I think they're 11, 12 watt. But that, very handy. Alright, so let's get this fitted. Just leave that loose for now. The actual bolt, the actual nut that goes on, and the washer, I'm going to give them a quick clean up. It's one thing I did forget. It's actually fitted in there nicely. Right, the only thing left now are the bits on the floor. Right, that one was a bit tough to get in. Right, so just these dog legs to put in place and put the bolt through. Right, finally got that in. Obviously the main thing I did forget was obviously because I've changed the size of the swing arm. It's basically the same fitting. All the bearings are the same, the widths are the same, obviously the length is slightly shorter. It does have an effect on the shock. Standard booster shock is a 330mm. To get this sitting exactly how it is, that should be a 340mm. So I've actually rigged up a very crude, it's basically, I can show you in there, it's 2 dog bones, or actually 4 dog bones, to create the 440 gap, 340 gap. But it does bring it down to the right level. So I'm just going to whack the tyre in there. Alright, so there you go. Wheels just loosely in there, there's no spaces in there, it's just literally so I can see how it looks. No, so happy with how that's come out. As I say, I'm now going to have to look for another shock. But let me know your thoughts. Comments in the comments box below as usual. Obviously I've now got loads of grease marks all over the polished bits, so it's going to have to be re-cleaned. No, it's a definite, definitely different and very, very long. Alright, I'm going to mark up some bodywork. Join me again in a few minutes. Alright, there you go. It's all just loose fit at the moment. Haven't bothered with the under tray. Happy with how that's come out. Shame about the shock, but definitely starting to get there now. That's made a big difference getting that swing arm in. As I say, still got jobs to do on the back, obviously. Well, shock will be the main one. Sprocket carrier bearing. I've cleaned up the bolts. So then I can, as soon as I've got the bearing, can get that in, get the bolts back in, get the sprocket back on, get the spacers back in. Still got the front sprocket to change, so this has got to all come out. I'm going to try going standard front, 3 up on the rear. see how that comes out. But no, overall happy with how that's come out. Again, what are your thoughts? Comments in the comments box below. Obviously I haven't put this down because I haven't got the lock connected yet. But yeah, you were all definitely right, the frame did need to be done. But the back is definitely coming. Still got a lot of the front to do. But as I say, keep your comments coming. I appreciate all your comments. Another thing I've been looking at is this front mudguard. I remember after I did it, people said it's too big. Now tending to agree with you. Yeah, so I need to have a real good think of what exactly I want to do. Because the alternative is I have got one somewhere. It's Jigsaw, I believe it's K1. It fits, but you have to take, as one of the brackets, you have to cut the bracket off the forks, which I was loath to before, because obviously I was worried about transforming it back to standard if need be. Well, unfortunately it's gone beyond that, especially with that. So that's another possibility, but that one just don't look right, so it means more paint. But again, let me know. And the other thing I've been thinking of as well, belly pan. Do I go for a belly pan or leave it as it is? Again, I seem to be creating more and more work for myself, but if it makes it look good, especially in that paint. And obviously I'm still thinking about the headstock, but overall chuffed to pieces with that. That's really, really good. Well, thanks for joining me on that one. Hope you enjoyed that. That was it was nice to see it in, stressful to put it in. Obviously now I found out I've got to get another shock. But these things happen. This is something I didn't actually think about. I should have, so my mistake on that one. But I should be able to pick a shock up fairly quickly and cheaply. I know all the measurements, top, bottom, etc., and eye to eye. So I'll start looking on that. But as usual, subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. Links to other videos, top left and top right. Comments in the comments box below. I appreciate all your feedback, all your comments, and once again thank you to the patrons for obviously supporting me. That money has obviously gone towards well, actually getting another light in here, which is great, so I should be using that a lot more, and it helps me with sandpaper and wet and dry, etc. So thanks very much for that, much appreciated. See you again next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.